Morning, everybody. Greetings, screeners and meaners. This is another edition to Transformation of CiiC, and this is for Transformation OverTurn. That's right, aka DeadEnd. So we're going to get into this, and this is just the transformation for it. And that is pretty much about it. And there's some things you got to pay attention to because the instructions are no help whatsoever. Remember that. So let's get this thing transformed. Back this up a little bit. Was that enough space? I'm not sure. So sorry, I got the some of my favorites in the background, but that's it. Okay, screeners and meaners. All right. Back this up a little bit. All right. Now, first thing what you want to do is you want to remove the blast from the bottom. All right, from there. And what I've been doing is this. I've been working on this section area first because trying to put this together, this is what I've been doing. Not for anybody else. This is what I personally have been doing. What I've been doing is trying to get this space freed up. Now, I do know it puts probably some strain and some stress on certain key points in the area. But again, this is what I've been doing. So I will just go to this point. I can even loosen these points here, but I'm not. I'm going to come here and just try to release this a little bit. You want to clear those pegs. This is what I'm doing. All right. Once those pegs are cleared, I can push these in a little bit more. What you're going to do is try to clear those pegs and keep that spot open here and keep those out in the side. You're going to know why later. But these do slide and come up. But I told you release these first because it just ends up being better in my honest opinion. All right. So, okay, once you have this, you're going to turn this around to the back. And what you're going to do is split these apart. All right. You can move these to the side here. Move this down. Those are on those swivels there. You're going to move this up. All right. That swivel there. You're going to turn this down. All right. Turn it over. Overturn. Oh, get it. Anyways. All right. And you're going to move these up. All right. Those pieces there, the blocks kind of his thigh area, and that's how that one's going to go. So yeah, and the reason why I told you to move this top out the way first is because if these pieces are locked together, this is the first reason, is because you can go ahead and move these apart. They're going to be a little loose when you start going to other transformation. Next, what I have been doing to transform this thing is this. You have to slide this part out, pull up, another one slide out. The instructions really don't tell you much about that. And if so, they're not really in the proper order. So you're going to have those loose there and have them where they can be moved around. You'll find out later because these ends up being his knee section. But we're going to get into that later. And actually, I'm going to back up a little bit because I'm a little too close. I know I'm busy in the background, so the folks are going to go in and out. So hopefully just goes through and we're going to try to muscle through because I have quite a bit of stuff to do. All right, so next is this. You've already got his head exposed. All right, you're going to come up here. Now, the instruction manual doesn't say anything about moving this part. So what it says for you to do is to pull this up. Now, on mine, it might not be the same for yours, it's really tight. So I actually had to do this back and forth like 10 times just to move this down and out and have its back to make his backpack. All right, once you have it, that's it. It's going to stick up a little bit like so. And it's going to have it exposed. All right. Now, what I can do at this point is then I can move this up and down. I can't remember what it said about this too much about the instructions, but pretty much at the same time, you're going to move this because it's going to be a lock. But before the gun was blocking it. So we're going to move this down there. And it is on a hinge. Is it a double hinge? No, just a regular hinge. Just hold down. And you're going to pull these and get light a little bit and pull these as gently as possible up. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed a step, screener. Sorry. You're going to pull these pieces here. Pull them under here. All right. If you guys can see that. Other side the same way. You're going to pull them under there. Very gently. Because they are on pieces that you really can't see. Very hidden hinges. And they're going to stick up just like that. And I think the picture actually shows you that. But that you do that is because you can bring it down a little bit before you have more space. But this is already loose, so you don't have to worry about it. But again, I will go into the other one part later. You're going to pull this down here. Then you'll have more room to be able to do what you want here. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think I made a mistake and went too far first. So we're going to go back to this and we're going to test this out first. Nope, that's not working. So we're going to put this back. All right. All right, and now this is gonna try to slide up. So, and if you guys have something, you're eating something doing this, please note that this is like, it's got a really nice finish on it, so it will not be the best for you in this figure. All right, because this thing is really tight. All right, and it's gonna come over like so. So you're gonna be collapsing that. You see how it is? See where the paint stripe is, and it's just gone, or the erasing stripe. I'm gonna take that, move that up, push this here, and then you have that there. It's gonna be like so. It's gonna be like pretty neat. We're just coming across. Okay, there you have that. See, and that's this whole backpack section. All right, now what the instructions tell you to do is to slide this down and out the way, but since you already have it moved, you can go ahead and work with this. Sorry. Okay, all right, yeah, you already have those out the way and moved. And what you're gonna do is this. Now, instructions, I believe, tell you, I'm gonna just push these down now, just because they end up being the back of his leg or side of his leg, I can't remember. There, like so. And it's really hard to handle because you don't know how flimsy the parts are, because you know, I understand they're trying to make it like the masterpiece scale thing, but other than that, it's really, really tight into the hinges. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think it says to loosen the arms next, but they're kind of not really in the mood to be loosened. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to pull these down and out, and these are going to end up being his legs and feet. And this is why I told you to loosen it first. To me, I found it easier to just come out like so. The reason being is because they have a very odd hinge of it being hidden in there. And if you can see it, put you in the light there. Actually, put you in the light there. That's where that is. So they just slide out and ends up being his foot. You have some ratchet movement in there, which is okay, but at the same time, it's hard because it's like if you mess around and make a mistake, it's gonna like break, and they feel like it's gonna break. But I get it. These are more for modeling. This is not really for, like I like to do, stop motion. So, all right, gonna put that out there. And it's going to flip right into place, which I found it very nice, but it was kind of odd because once I moved it over, they just kind of put themselves in their place. But again, it can just break like that. But I'm pretty sure they'll sell an upgrade later and get some more money at you. Just being honest, Anyways, all right, so you have these pieces here, and these pieces are actually going to be in the back of his leg or the front of his leg. I can't remember. I know these are the knee parts, but I know that is on a certain part itself. You can flip this down the feet. All right. Flip this out here, and you can leave these spurs the way you want to. I mean, it's kind of a taste thing. That's why I've noticed with the transformation, I got to give them big props for that, because you can either leave this like so, or you can actually spin it around or just leave it out. But they do still have these spurs to pull around like things. But the instruction manual says to do this. He has to make his feet match. Get them toes. Get them out. There you go. And that's what you have. All right. Now, move this part into there, and there's a little port here pegged, and also to there, to those ports. If you guys can see that, you can just flip that right on over, put this down, expose the knee a little bit, and then you're going to put this in like so. Let me see, am I doing it right? I missed a peg there. Yeah, you got a little bit of chip bleed there, but again, nonetheless, it still works. So you got a little peg there, and you also have a little port that it goes into inside the leg. So yeah, so that little port piece here, same as the other side, right into there. It's going to be a leg pushed in, and then it locks right into place. This actually looks like this might come over a little bit. Nah, we're going to leave it back. Sorry, screeners and meaners. Okay. There, and you're pretty much almost done. You have his legs, you're going to have them there, and you're going to turn them around just like so. Now you want to make sure the hips match. See that? There. Make sure they match, because the way it looks like the back and the front goes right along with it. Like you can very easily make it go around like this, but no, come around to the front, and they're here. So this, you'll see that little screw / whatever, you know, waist area, and goes along with it. And there's his knees, there's his feet, and then that's where it goes down to the side. So yeah, looks like he almost has bell bottoms on. I don't know if that's an intentional thing or whatever. I found it kind of strange because I thought this should have been the front of his legs, but it's not. I'll say that, you know, if you watch the other videos, pros and cons on that, but the pieces there are pretty loose, and I guess it's supposed to slide in pretty much, so to speak, but it really doesn't, because sometimes they just don't want to peg in. So it is what it is. We're going to keep it moving. So yeah, so you got his legs done. You're here, and then what you're going to do with this waist area, you make sure, please make sure that all this is clear. I think I messed around and chipped or broke one of the other ones, if you see my other videos, and I don't know if I highlighted it or not, but you make sure this waist area can turn around, because you know, because your backpack is right here. All right, so you're going to come down, bring around to the front. Okay, and there he is, making himself together. He's got himself set up. You're going to back him up just a little bit, raise that up. All right, I'm going to pull the arms out. The instructions tell you to do something weird with the shoulders, but I'm going to tell you right now, just pull them down and to the side. That's it. That's what I've been doing. It's been working out fine. I don't want to break anything to this thing, and that's it. So you're going to come down, you're going to have this, and you're going to go to the forearms, and you're going to make sure you see this area here where you can kind of, very hard, there, and expose this forearm here. That's what you want to see. You see the lines, you're doing good. And what you're going to do is pull these out. And I did have to use a little bit of like tool oil to make it come out, because they were very stiff. Again, it could be different for yours, but for mine, that is what I had to do. But just for one side. So here you're going to pick this up. All right. Yeah. I should have did it for both sides then. All right. Pull it down. All right. That worked. It wasn't too bad. And you're going to put the port right in there. So it snaps into place to make his forearm right. So it looks like he's got like a little dancing thing going on there. And they turn at just above the elbow, which I thought was kind of strange, but it, you know, it is what it is. All right. I'm going to come over to the blaster here. Make sure to come out just like all the rest. And I have to say it's probably one of my favorite blaster versus the other one, because look, it's got like a turbine in there just to, you know, pull in energy and just, you know, sorry. Anyways, all right, go open his hand up right in there. Make sure, like all the rest, that it pegs right into this little slot there. Put that there, slide in. Make sure it matches with his hands. There you go. You have transformation overturn, aka breakdown. All right, and it does look smashing. I must say, he does look smashing. I mean, he's probably cool. And I'm not gonna lie to you, screeners, I was not gonna recommend this figure. I was gonna tell you probably buy double of one of the other ones, because that first transformation, the first transformation I did on this, I absolutely hated it. But I see now why they did it. It kind of has everything kind of snaps into place. So I must give her props on that. So other than that, but I got something special planned for this. If you guys have been following the videos and probably see what I'm doing, please keep it a secret. And to see what I'm doing with these figures. And I really like this figure. I didn't like it at first when I first transformed it, but that's pretty much about it. So I know this is just a transformation of it, or transformation. You gotta say it, and transformation of it. And I'm gonna have the side-by-side comparison so you guys know. Let me see. Okay, here we go. First up, we have Bumblebee Deluxe. This is the last night version, aka Age of Extinction, right there to the side of him, and it's pretty cool. We're gonna bring in Voyager class knockoff Age of Extinction Bumblebee, and you can see the size difference there. So, and excuse me, I know Bumblebee's a little busy, but these are some of the mocks that I actually did to him. I'm going to do that in an upgraded thing, probably a separate section thing for mocks, but that's pretty much about it. So, yes, screeners and meaners, this was the Transformation Overturn, aka DeadEnd Transformation, right? CiiC. Okay, I thank you guys so much for the watch. Sub me if you love me, share if you care, do what you do as long as you do it well. JR Network, and I'm out. On to the next.